Hi everyone, welcome to day 2 of the Spotlight Virtual Travel Expo. Today this morning we've got Renier from Onomo Hotels, and it's Signature Luxe Connection, I think, as well, right? Is that correct?
That's
Renier?
right, Kevin. Okay. Close enough.
All right. Sorry about that. Renier, go for it, and I will send the questions, as I said, during the thing as we go.
Perfect. Thanks, Kevin. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Onomo Hotels and Signature Luxe Hotels. Signature Luxe is, just to clarify, where Kevin and I are clearly in our introduction slightly not aligned, but Signature Luxe forms part of the Onomo Hotel group, which I'm going to tell you all about in just a second. As I mentioned to Kevin earlier, and as most of the people know that I've met and had the privilege to present to previously, I like to keep things light and airy. I'd like to obviously make sure that everybody has complete clarity on everything that I'm doing and saying. So as I go through and you have any questions, please don't hesitate to send it to me and let me know if there's anything you're not clear on, and I'll be happy to share more information with you afterwards, and we can keep in contact that way as well. So to start off, as I said, welcome to Onomo Hotels. For those of you that are not familiar with Onomo, it is one of the largest Pan-African hotel groups in, well, Africa, of course. It is basically a group that stretches all the way from the north of Africa down to the southern tip of Africa. And it is a brand that we're very, very proud of, if I may say so, because we've done quite a bit in quite a short stretch of time. The group originated and started in 2009. Our head offices are based in Morocco, where we also have a host of hotels. And we divide the African market between Southern and Eastern Africa, which is where I'm privileged enough to work with a fantastic team of GMs, sales, obviously all of our hotel teams, to bring you some exceptional value in wonderful locations. And that really, in a nutshell, almost encompasses what Onomo is all about. So if you really are on a tight timeline, you're welcome to go. You know that we do the best value at the best location. So thank you very much for joining. But just kidding, please do stay, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what we do. Obviously, in the current climate where we are, COVID has taken a massive toll. I'm sure all of us are still feeling the pain and reeling from it, if I may say so. COVID-19 has made us do things very, very differently in the way that we operate, the way that we service our clients. And we've had some tough decisions to make: when to open, when not to open, how to run our hotels. Everything has changed. But what you're looking at currently is a picture of our ultimate guarantee of safety. And I think that's the best way of phrasing it. It's the safeguard stamp of approval, monitored and certified by Bureau Veritas. It's done through all of our hotels in Africa. From as far as I can tell, we are the only hotel group that actually has this. Obviously, we also subscribe to the Safe Travel Stamp and various other more public, if I can call it, certifications that doesn't require a magnitude of certification. But definitely, if you see the stamp with all of our hotels, and all of our hotels now do have it, you can rest assured that there is not a stone unturned as far as hygiene and safety is concerned. Your travelers, yourselves, your guides, your family, we are looking after everybody at the strictest hygiene controls possible in the market today. So now that we've done the nitty-gritty on those portions, I'd like to tell you a little bit more about the hotels themselves. Of course, we are, like I said, based in Africa. We have got a very vibey, very active, and a very lifestyle-orientated brand. So if you were to imagine those typical ads that you see on TV, we're not the ones that will show you a couple walking on the beach with white Labrador and, you know, streams and sunsets in the background. It's beautiful, but it really doesn't say anything about our hotels, of course. We're not the type of hotel that is going to promise you elephants right next to your front door when you wake up. And we are obviously also not the type of hotel that is going to be focusing on several hours away from every single airport. But what we do offer is a metropolitan surrounding where you can get the best locations, like I said, at the best possible value. And that is crucial. And the 3,700 rooms that we have created or are in the process of creating by 2022. So for an 11-year-old hotel group that has opened over 20 hotels at this point, we're certainly very proud of our accomplishments so far, and we play an integral part in the communities where we do operate, as I'll tell you about in just a second. So the hotels that we have currently, you can tell that we are in 12 countries. Morocco is our primary base of operations. In there, we have various hotels, including Rabat, Casablanca, Sidi Marouf, which is obviously more towards the airport side, and we've recently opened the Tangier Med. From there, we can travel to Guinea, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, Cameroon, Gabon, South Africa, of course, in which we have 5 different hotels. Now, this is where Signature Lux comes in. And again, to allay any confusion, Signature Lux is only present in South Africa at this point. Very, very young brand. It was started about 3 years ago. First one was built in Sandton, if you remember that little upstart, which I'll tell you more about as well, which gave us so much excitement from all of our competitors. And by excitement, I don't mean the positive kind, because how dare we have rates like we had at that location? But I'll tell you a bit more about that in just a second. And then we have Mozambique. And for those of you that have already dealt with or have met with Quinton, he'll take through some of our sessions this afternoon. Excellent gentleman. So I'm hoping you're in for a treat there. Tanzania, Rwanda, Mali, and so forth and so forth. So there's not going to be a test on this. I'm not going to ask you to alphabetically list all of the countries I've just mentioned, but it would be great for you to just keep in mind, if you need that super appropriate locations close to airports, security is key, and comfort and value, Onomo is the brand to go for. So what we basically emphasize within our hotels would be the true living spaces. It's colorful, friendly, it's open. It uses a lot of natural light. It uses a lot of locally sourced materials. I'm not going to read through all of that. I'll be happy to share that with you at a later point if you wish. But you'll see things like LED lighting, smart, intelligent water use with high pressure systems, autonomous wastewater use, etc., etc. So we really are, because we're an African brand, we are cognizant of the fact that water and power is at a scarcity. Let's face it, we all know the current situation with Eskom. So as far as possible, as we can guarantee your safety and that of your travelers and their comfort, all of our hotels obviously have their own generators, free Wi-Fi for everyone. But of course, it does go a little bit further than that. The Wi-Fi is industrial grade, which means it is super, super fast. It is constant, and you can use it for just about anything, including what I'm doing right now, of course, which is presenting. And it's not limited, which is great for those excellent conference facilities of ours, where you might want to do video conferencing, or you might want to channel in various people from outsourced offices as well. Our conferencing is very modern. It is very elegant. I like it a lot. The first one I saw was in Durban, which is the only, unfortunately, in the whole of Africa. Durban is the only hotel that has a conference facility in South Africa. All of my other hotels have them, including Maputo, Lucky Quinton. And unfortunately, in the Signature Lux brand, we do not have any conference facilities there, but it's something we're working on, and we've got partners to resolve that problem anyway. So please do keep us in mind. Very modern, as you can tell here, and the rest of the images I'm going to show you. If you're expecting burgundy carpets, slightly faded pine furniture chipped at the edges, and some slightly stained covers, that's not how we do conferencing. It's modern, it's sleek, it's elegant. Everything works perfectly, and you've got technology assistance by our well-trained teams to assist you throughout the process. So no need to worry that anybody's going to get stuck halfway through. Right, so the first on the list is Onomo Hotel Cape Town. It is also better known as Inn on the Square, for those of you that are from the mother city, or those of you that just love to travel Cape Town, or simply those of you that know a well-known facade when you see it. This hotel is right on Green Market Square. It is walking distance from Parliament. Excellent facilities. The images that we use doesn't use those little fisheye lenses that makes every room look like the size of Ellis Park. So it is exactly what you see. And at the value that we offer, we've got current launch specials obviously out there in the market, or reopening specials, I should say, because we've been around now in South Africa for a while. But with COVID, we've had to unfortunately postpone the opening of some of them, including this little gem, to a little bit later next year. The reason for that is we have 2 other hotels in Cape Town, which I'll tell you about in just a second. But I don't want to pass over this one without letting you know about this exceptional positioning in the heart of the business district of Cape Town, 900 meters from the V&A waterfront, and just over a kilometer from the CTICC. We offer 149 bedrooms here, family rooms, interleading rooms, excellent facilities, like I said. Unfortunately, no conferencing here, but again, we have the right partners that can solve that for you as well. A hop, skip, and a jump away from the hotel. So we have obviously outside dining facilities, a gym, we have a sauna at this hotel, excellent facilities. The building itself is a national monument, as is most of Cape Town, I believe, at this point. So it is something that we are very, we keep in mind very carefully when making any adjustments or changes to the hotel, and obviously always to the benefit of our guests. Then moving on to Durban. Exceptional hotel, this one. It also is in South Africa, the one that best represents our hotels across the rest of Africa. So for all of those locations that I just mentioned to you, Senegal, Cameroon, Morocco, the general look and feel of the hotel is basically what you'll see here right now. We have our own custom face brick that we use in our hotels as well. It's a Moroccan product that we make ourselves. It's very unique to Onomo, and that's what you'll see on the images there towards the back. But again, lots of space and intelligent use of the space as well. You'll notice the bed units next to the bed there. That's actually drawer units that open, so you've got a lot of hanging space there for your items, electronic safes for your laptops. Again, Wi-Fi is free, of course, and the doors that you'll see in those rooms each has a private shower and a private toilet and a private basin on the side of that. So at no point do you have to feel like you're in anybody's face when you're on holiday. There are just some things you don't wish to share with everybody or wish to know about everybody else. Beautiful suites as well in this room that in this hotel that basically come down to a miniature apartment. It does have its own little kitchenette. So if you're needing something for a longer stay in Durban, please consider us. It is exceptional value. And we're very proud of this little baby. Great. So we've recently opened are opening the Topaz Rooftop Bar. It is an exceptional little venue which offers you from 6 stories up a view on one side of North Beach, which is where we are situated. Glorious seaside views, lovely sunset settings. On the one side, you've got the soccer stadium. I'm suddenly just trying to remember what it's called, but the World Cup soccer stadium, which is not, it's escaping me, I'm sorry. And then obviously on the other side, we've got the town itself, and we've got Kingsmead Cricket Stadium, literally 200 meters away. So keep that in mind. It's got a beautiful outdoor sitting in our terrace, which is on the ground level, which you can also use for private functions. It is just lovely. There's a good idea of what the conferencing looks like. We can seat up to 200 people. And the rooms are interleading. So you can block it off, you can break it into plenary sessions, you can use breakaway rooms. We do have a separate boardroom and a smaller room to that as well. So excellent for conferencing. Now, the one that I think started off the craze of Signature Lux is obviously the Signature Lux Santon. I wish I could see a raise of hands. You're welcome to raise it anyway, just in, you know, spirit of Onomo as we have it right now. For who has seen this hotel right in between the Michelangelo Hotel, the Gautrain station on the other hand, and then on right opposite the road from us and up 30 odd steps is the Nelson Mandela Square in Sandton City. So literally walking distance from the CTICC, the Gautrain station right next to us, and I think walking distance is almost, you know, extending it too far, but right next to Nelson Mandela Square as well. So great for your shopping, excellent for conferencing and events. Beautiful hotel. You can see the lion there. A little bit of interesting fact about this hotel. It won the best corporate graffiti in the world in 2018. So something we're very proud of. It's got a gigantic elephant on the other side. Interestingly, it's not at all what you would expect from this little hotel. And if anything, I would probably look at adding a little bit more of an urban edge to it, but that you'll see in our rooms reflecting once you step inside. Now, the rooms itself are range between 18 to 28 square meters. So there are certain rooms that we have recently upgraded to corporate rooms, as we like to call them. Those corporate rooms range in 3 different tiers to different sizes, but basically the addition of additional packing space, a better workstation, electronic safes, tea and coffee stations in the rooms, etc. Those are the main elements that uplifted and is charged at a very, very small additional fee over our standard queen rooms, which are the ones that you'll see on the left on that image. A smaller working station perhaps, and no tea and coffee in the rooms, but of course, you know, it's a budget room and it is meant to be that. And when you start looking at rates below 1,000 Rand in our pre-COVID period, in the heart of Sandton there, where all of our neighbors are charging 2 to 3 times that, you start realizing why we were extremely popular and didn't make anybody's Christmas list at the end of the year from our neighboring competitor list. Very, very nice and modern though. We've kept it sleek. It is elegant. It's got mood lighting in blue, as you can tell there, which is actually a nice touch at night for those that need to get up but don't wish to turn on all the lights to find the loo at the end of the tunnel. It is a element that actually enhances sleep as well. So we're also looking after your psychological well-being. Isn't that wonderful? So moving on from there, we are now entering the reception area, the foyer. You'll notice that we have, obviously in keeping not just with COVID, we were prepared for COVID before it even happened. I mean, which shows a lot of luck as well as forethinking, I'd like to think. But the stations on our right is a self-check-in desk, which you can use to, on arrival, check yourself in. If we have a large, let's call it Brazilian group that's just checked in, and they're using most of our reception desk where we have 2 or 3 people on standby, you're welcome to check yourself in. Simply enter your details into the screen. There's a pay point. You can get your room key card and your check-in information. At the bottom, it will be printed out, and you can self-service yourself both on check-in and check-out. No problem whatsoever. So an exceptional, easy way of doing things, very hygienic, very quick, and very simple. And you'll see right on the bottom of the screen, part of our lounges. We've had to move things around slightly now with the COVID period to obviously enhance the social distancing element. And through the doors at the bottom there, you'll see the entrance to our underground parking, our rooftop parking, as well as our restaurant. So very well spaced, lots of natural light, excellent modern facilities like the Aura restaurant, which is now back in service as well. And we're quite excited about the prospect and the way that things are working now. Another thing in which we were also forethinking, we do not serve a buffet breakfast in this hotel. So when we had to go back, as we cannot serve currently buffets, as most hotels can't or shouldn't, at least maybe I should say, to enhance those safety principles, everything is done a la carte. And in this hotel, we have 4 different options for breakfast, just to give you an idea, and we've always worked that way. It's served hot, it's served large portions, it's funky and modern, and what more can you want from an urban hotel such as the Signature Lux in Sandton? Then the Signature Lux in Cape Town, it's another natural or national monument, if I can call it that, which I can because it is. A lovely little building. It has 88 rooms inside, overlooking the waterfront area. Our neighbor on the one side, if it helps you just to find a location spot in your mind's eye, is the City Lodge in the waterfront. So as you're driving in towards the City Lodge, nestled almost perfectly in the middle between the V&A waterfront and the CTICC on that main artery leading into the waterfront is this beautiful hotel. So well positioned, excellent location. We can assist with parking as well. And we offer a very similar room, as you can tell, slight color differences here and there between what you've seen at Signature Lux Sandton and, of course, a very urban but modern chic kind of touch and finish. Those are chandeliers, so even at our rates, we do try and keep the glitz and glam alive. You'll see those golden chairs, and it's a very opulent, very Africanized type of glitz and glam that you can be assured of that you'll see at our hotels. The last thing we need is too much gray and too much drab. So this is the Vivaldi restaurant, just down at the bottom, the ground floor of the hotel. Amazing food, great little bar. You can tell by the pink and the zebra stripes, we do have a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek, fashionable expression of our current era, and it speaks to a younger, more urban, hip frame of mind. If we are fortunate enough to get any of our senior citizens that are staying with us, we have had only good feedback from them, and nobody finds that the crazy decor is too much to handle for them as well. But amazing food. We do some live music here from time to time. We are doing it. We are bringing that back now into the hotel as well. We've also set up tables on the outside to really kind of garner that type of Cape Town feel, if you know what I mean. Sitting outside, having a great glass of wine with a good plate of food, and you walking distance from the V&A waterfront and the CTICC. What more could you want from a budget hotel? Now, the Signature Lux Foreshore recently opened, very much towards the end of last year. So it was unfortunate timing for this wonderful, wonderful little hotel. It has a bit of a different look and feel to it than its 2 sister hotels in Sandton. And it's about 400 meters from the Signature Lux waterfront that I've just described. Also quite a bit bigger, it's almost double the size at 157 rooms. We've recently added 10 twin rooms, which are selling quite well. And you'll notice, again, intelligent use of space, because there's no need to have a very small or a small bedroom and having to, if you are sharing with anybody else or a partner or a spouse, that you need to witness too much going on. There's a separate shower, separate loo, all with rather soundproof stained glass or sandblasted glass, if I can say so. And it is a very comfortable space as well. I stayed there myself now recently in Cape Town with my family, had a fantastic time, excellent service at this hotel. Again, you'll see the self-check-in desks, so the same emphasis on technology, keeping the space correct, and there is also parking available right next to the hotel. To give you an idea for location, it's 200 meters from the CTICC, so very, very comfortable walking distance. It is on Herengracht Road, right next to the Park Inn Hotel on Tulbach Square. So if that gives you more of an idea as to where we are, excellent location, obviously, and with a very, very funky side. Those are actually plants in the wall. Yes, you're seeing that right. So it is something just to kind of keep in mind in the natural flavor. And yes, those are parrots on our wallpaper. But like I said, very modern, very elegant, and we are certainly looking for something to keep the fun element on your trip alive as well. Now, Onomo Hotel Maputo, I feel almost like I should have Quentin in the room with me right now. Beautiful hotel. Unfortunately, it is also not open yet again. The situation in Maputo is also very similar to here. Heavy lockdown at the moment, major emphasis on closed borders. We are biding our time. We should be opening very, very shortly in 2021. Unfortunately, not open right now. And what you're seeing are artist impressions of where we're headed with the hotel. It does have the facade ready, and we are also finalizing one or two elements of our rooms, but we are generally going into 2021 very excited about this hotel. Excellent use of space, excellent conference facilities, a beautiful upstairs swimming pool terrace area, which is wonderful for evening functions. You can just imagine sitting up there, looking out over the Maputo Harbor and the city center. Absolutely wonderful hotel. Great colors, really emphasizing, you can see similar elements from what I mentioned in our Durban hotel. The suites are there. We've got 165 rooms at this hotel, which really does put it up there with any of our competitors. Lots of conferencing space for up to 120 people. And again, the rooms interlead, and they make it quite simple and as user-friendly as possible. Again, I would emphasize here that it is the type of hotel that we are moving into a more urban, trendy kind of environment. So for those traveling to Maputo for longer stays, we can accommodate them in our suites here as well. And like I said, nothing better than chilling after a long day of conferencing or just with your family on the pool deck overlooking Maputo with a great cocktail made by one of our barmen. The Onomo Hotel Kigali is also one of our little gems. It's an excellent hotel aimed solely at business travel at this point in time. As you're probably aware, the travel that we've recently also been able to use and benefited from that came through for Zanzibar has now, there are direct flights leading there, and those flights are obviously taking a lot of the leisure business from it, and those looking for fun and sun into that kind of environment are no longer necessarily coming through Kigali. However, we've certainly laid the foundation for an excellent hotel that is focused already on major government cooperation, and some of the Rwandan Convention Center that is using this hotel practically for every conference and session going through here. We had the Bastille Day celebrations last year in Kigali for government, was hosted at our hotel. We're very, very proud of that fact. Yes, we are only a 3-star hotel, and yes, government can also go to 3-star hotels. So just to highlight that we certainly cater for all the different markets. Our corporate market, especially our corporate markets, looking for a safe haven close to the airports, security being an element. Kigali is an excellent example of that, and we obviously emphasize that every time where we have a corporate client, and we always promote the use of site inspections to come and see the hotel. Sorry, I thought I was already moving on. But this just gives you an idea of our pool deck outside, which we're currently upgrading. We're also opening up a new restaurant here called Ijuru. It's going to be a wonderful bistro type of, I don't know, everything you could possibly imagine. Designer milkshakes, designer cocktails again. And we even have a deal currently in place with one of our takeaways providers in Kigali to do meals at the moment while we are setting up for our clients from Kigali that are not able to travel at the moment, that might still want to benefit from our excellent F&B offerings. And that is something that you'll find at all of the Onomo hotels. Excellent food and beverage, also served and available at the best hygiene standards possible. Now, 109 rooms and 10 suites. Again, you'll see kind of a repetitive pattern. We always range between those rooms. The one in the waterfront is the smallest at 88 rooms, and then it ranges up to 165 rooms and even 222 if you consider the Signature Lux and Sandton. But the same look and feel as Durban and Maputo. As far as you see the O brand, you can safely book into any of our hotels. And if you're booking in any of the other markets, Morocco, Gabon, wherever we might be opening, Kampala's opening very, very shortly, also next year at this point in time, but we're very excited about that development in Uganda. You'll see the same look and feel, slight differences in color. You can see the kitchenette there, again, the clever use of space, and again, all of this at an incredible economy value. The conferencing in Kigali is very well known, as I've said.
Renier, sorry to interrupt you. We've got
Yes,
3 minutes to go.
3 minutes.
So,
I've got 4 slides. I think we can do it. Thanks, Kevin.
All right. I don't want to interrupt you, but they do tend to cut it off at the end. So
perfect.
Just warning you. Okay.
100%. I think this is literally my last hotel. So Kevin, on point. Thank you very much for keeping me in line. So much better than hitting someone with a stick. And so here we have Dar es Salaam. It is based obviously in Tanzania. Excellent property as well that is currently focused on, and of course, I'm just realizing when I mentioned Zanzibar, of course, I was talking about this hotel and not the Onomo Hotel Kigali. My apologies. But yes, it's an excellent facility. It is very, very strong on business within Dar es Salaam. As you realize, they've also suddenly had a little bit of an outbreak, and their regulations on COVID is a bit more stringent. Even better that we have had the same approach for all of our hotels. And again, it is one of the few 4-star hotels that we have in the brand. The only other one is in Onomo Hotel Casablanca City Center. So between these two, they would be our Flagstaff hotels. And as I've mentioned, 116 rooms. So again, that overlapping facilities, 4 suites, excellent conferencing facilities as well, and a gym, and again, with a rooftop pool that we can use as well. Superb restaurant facilities. And as you can see, again, very modern, very elegant, and we maintain that across the board. This is my last page, Kevin, you'd be happy to know. So as you can tell, our contact details, I'll be happy to provide this presentation and maybe a bit more of a bite-sized one-page version for whoever might need this. You're welcome to reach out to me. You should have my email address and my contact details, and I look forward to hearing from all of you soon. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Renier. Perfect presenter. This has been the most perfect, the perfect presentation this morning. Everything's just gone zup.
Can we do a Mexican wave?
We can.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kevin. Appreciate your time.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And yeah, join us again for our next presentation at 4. Thank you very much, Renier, for joining us this morning. Have a good day.
Thank you, Kevin. Keep well. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Keep well.